What's happening, peeps? FIFA 24 1-2-1-2 narrow formation. This one is an absolute killer at the moment. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, let's get straight on into this. Okay, peeps, this is what I like to call the rage machine, because this formation is so aggressive. If used correctly, you can get some goals really early on in FUT Champs and make people want to get straight the hell out of here, which is exactly what we want. Just to introduce myself, my name is Brabsy. I do stream each week on Twitch at BrabbsyTV and play a lot with my viewers if you want to jump in and say hi. Also, if you've got any questions at all, just hit me up on those social media handles. Let's get into it. Okay, peeps, so this is where we've got our starting formation. This should always be the formation which gives you the best chemistry in game. So here I'm just playing around with a few of the Common Ball teams. So 4-4-2 gives them the best chemistry here. But instead, what you want to do, just to clear this up for you, is go into custom tactics. And then from here, if you hit the L2 or LT button, you get a few different tactics options here which you can change. Ignore the titles of them. I literally just use them to play a few different tactics depending how I want to go into each weekend league. So for this particular one, the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, I've put in the attacking mode. You can put it in whatever, it won't make a difference. Let's get on into it. So to start off with the tactics for this formation, defensive style, we've gone for press after possession loss, and you'll notice with the instructions we're going to have quite a few players going forward. So the idea with this is if we do lose the ball in the opponent's half, we will quickly swarm them and try and win it back as quick as possible. We're going to be playing aggressively in this formation. For the width, we've gone for 4. It's quite a narrow formation, so there's no need to spread it out too far. So 4 for me just keeps the back line in a nice area. It allows the opponents to go down the wings a little bit, but that's fine. We're more than happy for them to be on the wings because we're going to crowd the middle, and that's where this formation plays the best. For depth, we want it on 3. Press after possession loss is quite aggressive, so we don't want to be caught out on too many counter-attacks. Now for offensive style, the player instructions are where this formation works its magic, so just leave this on balance just so it's not altering those instructions at all. For width, you might find this surprising. We've gone for 2 just to make it really compact in the middle. The idea is we're going to be playing some quick Tiki Taka style football in the middle, giving our opponents no chance to even take the ball off us. And to couple with that, we're going to have players in the box ramped quite high on this one. And what this one does is it just encourages our midfielders to go up and help out with the attackers and make runs towards the box, which is exactly where we want them to be. For corners and free kicks, I leave this on 1 on each. Corners, you can do some really good corner tactics on the 1 bar, which I will show you in another video. On into the instructions. So for the player instructions, guys, for both of the strikers, we're going stay central, get in behind, and stay forward. That goes for both of them. And for the cam, we also want them to stay forward. And what that will do is just give us a nice little triangle on the halfway line to clear any balls out to and start our next Tiki Taka style aggressive attack. Coupling up with this for the cam, we're going get into the box to encourage them to make forward runs, stick to the position, and aggressive interceptions. Just in case your opponent wins the ball in their own half, we want that cam to be looking to get the ball back as quickly as possible. Next is our left and right central midfielders. We want their attacking support to be on get forward, which will encourage them to bomb on and go and support those strikers when we're in the attacking possession. This will give you loads of nice little passing triangles, which is exactly what we want for this play style. Coupling up with this, get into the box for support crosses, encourages them again just to make those forward runs. And for everything else, leave them the same, stick to position and cover wing for their defensive positions. The same goes for the right central midfielder. Last up in the midfield, we have our central defensive midfielder. We want those to be on balanced defense for their defensive behavior. Stay back while attacking just so they are always there to sweep up in front of the back line for any counter attacks. Aggressive interceptions, again looking to intercept any passes through the pitch. And the important one, defensive position, cover centre. We want them to keep in front of the 2 centre backs, sweeping up in between them. Finally, the back line we want on stay back while attacking for the fullbacks, normal interceptions and mixed attack on run type, just in case you do need to hit that L1 button and ask for them to make support runs. They won't do it unless you ask them to do, which is exactly what we want. We don't want to get caught out on any counter attacks. Goes without saying, but the centre backs we don't want going forward either. And for the goalkeeper, I've put them on the most aggressive options, which is come for crosses and sweeper keeper. To be honest with you though, these don't make that much of a difference in game. You only really notice it if there's any loose balls coming around in the box. Your keeper is more likely to come out and collect those. So that's it for the tactics, guys. I've got plenty of demonstrations coming up for you now to show you exactly how to use these in game. As always, make sure you give them a bit of a practice before you use them, as it's never easy just to use a new tactic straight away, but hope these do the business for you. Let's roll on to the games. Right folks, so regardless of what team your opponent is playing or what formation, this particular tactic is very well balanced for each match situation. Don't forget to turn it on in whichever custom tactic slot you have activated it in. And a tip from me, once you pass the halfway line, start passing the ball using the double tap feature on the X button. This will add a bit more bobble onto the ball, making it harder to intercept. And even if your opponent manages to, it's harder for them to control first time, meaning your press after possession loss will kick straight in to win the ball back. Using this combination, you can become aggressive on your opponent from the start and hopefully get an early goal. By setting this tactic up narrow, your midfield diamonds will be nice and close together to string some good passes around. Meanwhile, they will be compact enough, so if you do lose the ball, it will be very hard for your opponent to play their way out of it. This combination means you have plenty of attacking opportunities throughout the game from the off. This tactic is particularly great against anyone who tries to attack through the middle. Your midfield will be that cluttered they will really struggle to get through it. Meanwhile, you will have passing options all over the pitch to quickly string those double tapped X passes along. 20 minutes gone, 3-0, you found your first victim. See ya! So to summarise the first two key points, when your opponent's been a dick and spamming skills from the off, take the ball off them and quickly use those double tap X passes to make sure that they can't get anywhere near you. When your opponent's trying to attack, stand them up with the jockey button and wait for the right moment to take the ball off them while they're getting increasingly frustrated at your compact midfield. From there, your thrump free can do the business. Looks like we've got another one. See ya! Right then gang, let's have a look at a few different common formations you will come up against with this tactic. The 4-2-3-1 is probably one of the most popular balanced formations out there. So for when you're attacking, you pretty much want to use the very same play style. You'll overpower them in the midfield, so keep those double tapped X passes coming. From the defensive side, your opponent will have better width than you, so that's why it's important to have those fullbacks on stay back while attacking. Keep them on the inside of your opponent and stand them up, waiting for your defenders and midfield to get back. Meanwhile, in the centre of the pitch, you'll always have the upper hand on your opponent. From there, kill them off in your usual style. See ya! So what about if your opponent has a big, powerful team in a compact formation? At 1-1 in this game, I noticed they was using a similar formation to mine, so instead adjusted my playstyle. This time instead, try and bring the ball to the wings more before bringing it inside to avoid that compact midfield of your opponent. From there you can hold the ball up in much the same way and feed in those 2 strikers up front. Alternatively, you can back off your opponent and let them overcommit their midfield before quickly distributing the ball straight to those strikers who are staying forward. Either one of these methods bypasses their cluttered midfield and ensures you can still go on some great counter-attacks. There really is a multitude of different play styles that you can put towards with this tactic, so don't be afraid to tailor it to your own personal favourite. Whichever way you decide to use it, you can be sure there will be plenty of players to pass the ball to. Use this to have fun dominating your opponent and showing off some of your passing flair.
See ya! So the next time you come up against a team like Handicap Win with their red Messis and Ronaldos, you know exactly what to do to slay them in their tracks. Just make sure to leave the video a little thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully see you very soon over on the Twitch channel. Until next time, see ya!